What up, sports fans and fellow foodies? I'm Julie, and welcome to my kitchen, where I talk sports while sharing culinary treats each week. Usually on Sunday nights, we tackle a particular topic, but today we're going to spray to all fields a little bit. So we're going to call it some small bites tonight as we get into a couple different sports topics. We will talk Bears. Bears winning today over the Giants 24-20. Caleb Williams showing a whole lot of heart and guts late in the game. He scrambles along the left sideline into the end zone for what would be the game-winning touchdown. He had receivers dropping balls all day long that could have boosted his numbers a little bit more. So when you look at the stat sheet, might not look so great, but he did have some great throws that for some reason his guys just couldn't catch most of the day today. But he was avoiding sacks. He was making pretty good decisions under pressure. Bears come away with a win. We also had some winning Blackhawk hockey of late. We haven't gotten into the Blackhawks yet. We will start to give them a little bit of love. They've won 3 in a row. They are currently 3rd in their division, so looking good for the Blackhawks. The Bulls started out hot. They were 6-1, have lost 2 in a row, but still a very respectable 6-3. We've got some college basketball underway. Holy cow, those Illini. No triskaidekaphobia there. That's fear of the number 13. They've put up 113 points in each of their first 2 games, playing some cream puffs, but you gotta beat who's on your schedule. So the Illini, 2-0. DePaul, 2-0. UIC, 1-1. Loyola, 1-2. My alma mater, Northwestern, also 2-0. So excited to watch my Cats as they have a sensational freshman class under Chris Collins this year. And I can't wait to see if they can actually make it maybe, I don't know, past the second round of the tournament. Dare to dream. All right, and then there's some college football miscellany that went on yesterday. I don't know if we're gonna have time to get into all that tonight, but there were some crazy games, some games decided on late field goals. And I'm gonna go back to my alma mater just once. Yes, they lost to USC. The Trojans, was it trickery? Was it kind of sketchy? They sent in the backup quarterback wearing the punter's number to pull off a fake punt. It's not illegal, you can apparently do it, but Northwestern thought they were facing the punter and they were facing backup Sam Heward, who threw a first down pass. So, a whole lot going on this weekend in sports. That's just a smattering. All sorts of things going on in our local world and on the national scene as well. So as I mentioned, quick bites tonight, short bites. We're just getting to a couple little things. So we're gonna do just a couple quick snackies here. So where do we start? We're gonna start with some caprese toothpicks. People like to do caprese skewers. I'm gonna do just little bites. So we're gonna use the little fancy frill toothpicks. I got my cherry tomatoes, I got my little mozzarellas, and I've got my basil, which, oh my gosh, fresh basil smells so good. So we're just gonna stab a few of these together. Just to, actually maybe we'll put a little green in between just to give it some color, help it to stay on our toothpick there. And then of course, you guys know I love my balsamic glaze. So we're gonna spread a little balsamic glaze on there. You got a caprese salad in one easy bite. We're just gonna do a little bit of squeeze and zigzag here, just like that. Quick and easy and nummy. So that's if you're looking for something a little healthy to snack on while you're watching games. I've also got some little phyllo shells. I love these. You buy these pre-made in the frozen section. You can put just about anything in them. If you put something warm in them, like a some sort of melty cheese, like a brie, you can toss them in the oven, nice and gooey, perfect little container for it. I'm gonna use some spinach artichoke dip because who doesn't love that? And so instead of having the dip with all your chips that people are possibly double dipping in your dip, I'm gonna do this. You get little individual bites, and I'm gonna throw some sun-dried tomatoes on top just for a little bit of color and a little bit of contrast in flavor. So you got a little small bite right there. And then we're gonna do something that is a little bit outside the box. I'm gonna make a Reuben pickle stack. And my thanks to my friend Steve Patton, who pickles tomatoes, green beans, cucumbers. He's pickling things all summer long from his garden. He has been giving me jars of dill pickles, bread and butter pickles, pickled tomatoes. He's been giving me all these great jars of pickled things for the last month or two. Today I'm going to use some of the bread and butter chips. His are a little bit more tangy than the ones in the store, which are kind of cloyingly sweet almost. But what I've got going on here is I have a pickled chip that I've put some shaved corned beef on. I'm going to put a piece of Swiss lace cheese. It's not Swiss cheese, it's got more of a kind of lacy top when you cut it. The difference, instead of having the big eyes like regular Swiss cheese, it has this little textured lace, but it's also a little bit milder than Swiss cheese. Has a little bit of a nutty, maybe sweeter kind of taste to it. So we're going to do that. So we got our pickle, we've got our corned beef, we've got our Swiss lace cheese, and then of course we're going to put a little bit of Thousand Island on here, which is my favorite salad dressing. And then we could top it off with another pickle chip. I love when you see all the contents just spilling out. You just know it's going to be ooey gooey delicious. And if you want to make a half sandwich, I've got a couple little half chips here. I think these are the ones Steve cut because they were just kind of a little bit too big to just keep whole, so he sliced them in half, and that's going to make a perfect half sandwich for me. So again, same thing, just going to layer a little cheese on there. More cheese the better. I feel like we have a little recurring theme here, that we have a lot of cheese on the show each and every week. I'm sorry to my lactose intolerant friends, but you know, there's so many good substitutes these days that I'm sure you can find something that you can make work for you. So there we go, another little messy sandwich. Take that, New York delis. Actually, those New York deli ones are pretty badass. So we got that. We got our little half sandwich, whole sandwich in our little pickle chip Reubens. So those are a couple quick bites for you, things that you can throw together pretty quick and easy. I love having little things like this when you have people over because it's not making a mess everywhere. It's easy to clean up, easy for everyone to eat. And while you're snacking and watching the games, nobody wants to have food falling in their lap. So, well, maybe some of you do if you're just kind of like so engrossed in your game. But it does get that way, doesn't it? Football Sundays, I feel like we're all just sitting there and just kind of munching and watching what's going on. And the more tense the game, the more we tend to munch. I ate like half a bag of potato chips today with French onion dip, watching that Bears game go down to the wire. So next week, the Bears have the Vikings. It's going to be a division battle. Hopefully it's not a nail biter because I don't need to eat another half bag of potato chips. But we're going to see how this division starts shaking out. You have Green Bay still sitting at the top right now. The Bears and the Lions are tied. And then you got the Vikings bringing up the rear. They lost today. So still pretty tight. But the Bears play the Lions the last game of the season. How great would it be if the season comes down, at least for the division, to that final game? We'll be watching for that. That's all I've got for tonight. Thank you for joining me here in my kitchen. We'll see you next time.